fairly basic information, your email, and what you think the actual phrase is. So as you can see on the screen right now, we have about 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go, and we're going to jump over to Linus over here at Team Kill Ninja.
All right, so Team Kill Ninja has posted, check this out, so they actually have a UEFI bio screen up. That is definitely going to be worth bonus points for them. Also worth bonus points for them is a couple of things here. So you can see they're filling their loop right now, and one of their plans of having vortexes inside their reservoirs seems to be working. So you can, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but with the cloudy milkiness of the dye that they're using in their fluid, you can actually see this spinning effect inside the reservoir that I think is absolutely striking. Now, they have a lot of work to do, considering they've only got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. They've got to get this liquid cooling loop filled up. So you can see they're filling it with water right over there right now. The good news for them is that because they have 2 pumps and 2 large reservoirs, they're going to be able to bleed the air out of this system extremely quickly. But they also have, and I'm going to try my best not to get in their way here, they also have a lot of work to do on the Titan as well, making sure that the fiber optics are hooked up correctly here so they can light that guy up. That is the centerpiece of this mod. All right, so we're going to find out. This is the moment of truth for BS Mods. You guys, this looks good. This looks good. This looks, all right. Hold on a second. Okay, they're rearranging plugs in the back. Here, Cesar, do I got you? Come on over here with me. Let's get a better angle here. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. Well, you know, if you want, I can do you a favor. I can run over to the other system, find out what they're plugged into. So they're plugged into the top card DVI. So that would be, so your bottom card DVI slot. Let's see if it works. All right. 2 minutes and 13 seconds to tools down, guys. So I'm going to stick around here with BS Mods and find out if they post for about another minute here. And then we're going to run over to Team Mongoose. They've got a post. All right. All right. And the front panel is actually not quite on. Sorry, not to be a killjoy here. All right, so final adjustments. Look at this, you guys. Let's move over to Team Mongoose here. Now, this no post yet. Ooh, all right. All right, well, they've still got a minute 35. They've still got a minute 35 to pull this off, you guys. So let's go ahead and we're just going to kind of run through a little bit of the design here while they work on this. So here we go. For those of you who are tuning in a little bit later, the 3D effects on the side panels are all done with this styrene. Here we go. With this styrene here, and then the painting is all hand done by Ron over here. But of course, it's going to hurt them a little bit if the system doesn't post. So maybe we can run over here and find out what they're trying.
As we can see up there, so there's 55
1
seconds
minute
as of right
left.
now.
All the chaos right now. Okay. Suspenseful moment here. There is a post readout LED. If we could find out what the code means, that's A6. All right. Well, let's see if I can. We'll see if I can rely on the Google to help us out here.
Your Google better help you in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have left.
Right, gigabyte. That's a nice thing about these boards that have postcodes on them, so you don't have to rely on listening to the beeps and kind of hoping for the best. All right, I would like to keep using Google.
15 seconds left. 10 seconds left.
Oh.
5 seconds left. Tools down.
Okay.
We started out with a project based on the Black Ops game, and the aesthetics is the outer space zombie pack, hence the design of kind of like the space feature and the zombies. And we kind of just push forward with kind of just going with the sci-fi effect and, you know, concentrate on the aesthetics. And Lee and I I don't know. We looked like we were in in pretty good shape. Halfway through the project, and things started you know coming at us where we didn't anticipate for things. Certain paints, like humidity and stuff like that, and airbrush issues and stuff. So yeah, but I mean, for the most part, I mean the build is done. We just got to get it to post.
I think you're selling yourself short here, man. I think that anyone standing in this room looking at that paint job is not going to have any idea that you had any issues with the paint.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
What we do now.
Got anything to add?
Few problems. Yeah, especially like the power supply cover. Totally forgot about that when I was doing the water cooling, and moving the reservoir to where it's at now. That was kind of went hand in hand with the PSU cover, so that set us back. But I mean, for the most part, we were pretty sure we were going to be posting before everybody and hopefully helping people, but it's all right.
All right. Well, after that stunning sales pitch, I feel like I should probably jump in here and help you guys out a little bit. So I mean, they talk about the difficulties, but of course, if I can get the judges to kind of move around with me and follow me along with the build. So what was really cool about watching Ron do this particular build was all of this stuff, all these effects, all these 3D things that he added, little fake rivets and all that kind of stuff. This was all done basically freehand. We're talking ruler and X-Acto knife, tools that cost $1. And that really any case modder could do. And so when we were first talking to them about this, I thought one of the coolest things about their build was there really wasn't, aside from the very high-end hardware inside, anything that someone, a hobbyist, couldn't pick up and try to do on their own. And I thought that was one of the coolest things about their build. Now, they talk about the adversity, but the thing that I think that they don't see, because they've been staring at it for 24 hours from too close up, I think, a little bit, is that the adversity led to some things that I think ended up working better than if they hadn't run into them in the first place. For example, their Team Mongoose logo down here was actually originally going to be white, and it was going to be up against the black background that this Fantex case would normally have, but now it's going to be a black logo up against this reservoir that was not originally intended to be here. This reservoir was supposed to be somewhere else until NVIDIA threw a curveball at them and went, well, actually, you're not going to have 2 GPUs, you're going to have 3 GPUs, and all of a sudden they didn't have room for their reservoir, and they had to completely redo their plan. So that was the reason why they ended up having to make this small cut that I really don't think hurts the overall aesthetic of the build in order to get their hardline tubing in here. Something that I hope the judges also appreciate is the time and care that Lee put into the hard pipe tubing. If you look very closely at any of the mods that are here with hard pipe tubing, I think you'll find that the bends are a little bit cleaner on this one, and that kind of attention to detail really goes a long way, in my mind, if you're going to go and put the effort into running these hard lines that are supposed to look much cleaner than your typical soft tubing. Other little nice touches that the Corsair folks in the room might appreciate are that they went and took your colored rings, and this was a bit of a last-minute addition as well. I think it was a bit of an oops. We kind of forgot about that, and I saw Ron airbrushing these, making sure that he was tying in not just the outside, sort of making sure that it was thematically correct there, but also tying that into the inside with these nice little touches as well. So I think these guys sold themselves short a little bit, and I hope that this helped you judge it a little bit more fairly than what they were kind of throwing at you guys there. But oh yes, and the last touch here. I mean, can we power it on at least so you guys can see the illumination here? Oh, it won't power right now. All right.
Time up for their introduction. We're
All
going to
right.
swap.
So team swap time.
We're swapping out team.
And we are going to bring in Team BS Mods. The gentleman who can only wear shirts once, as far as I can tell. These shirts were brand new when they put them on 24 hours ago. They were no, it was not white. That is a lie, but a funny one.
It's a old server case.
Its name is US Datamatic. At least that's what its host name was when we pulled it out of the server room like 2 weeks ago. So I guess it does have a name. It's far from that now, but so our did the theme, of course. I'm sure that's what everybody wants to know. And I guess we can kind of give you guys a little bit of a clue. Right? So this little our favorite gaming moment, and Bob and I both, when we game and we're having fun, it's at a LAN party, and we love LAN parties. And we met at PDX LAN. We both love PDX LAN. We always go to PDX LAN. We've won mod contests at PDX LAN. It's really special to us. And PDX LAN has had one sponsor throughout its history that's been there the whole time, and it's NVIDIA. And PDX LAN had a really special rep that it was always had.
So like Rod was saying, is NVIDIA was always there, and the regular attendees kind of got to know a lot of the staff from NVIDIA that came and everything, and so you kind of become friends and stuff like that, and so we kind of wanted to dedicate this to Phil, who we call Uncle Phil, who is an NVIDIA employee. And if you look at the side panel, this is a kind of a reverse image. So it's not an actual picture, but if you look at it close, you'll see it. And I'm sure there's a technical term for that image, but I don't know what it is. So, but if you know Phil and you see that, you will see him. So, I don't know if anybody here knows Phil. So.
Yeah, I know he is.
Okay. So can you see it?
I can see it, definitely.
Okay. So what we did was we took a photograph of him, and Rod spent some time manipulating it so that we could clean it up a little bit and just get some of his facial features and things like that. And so then we just we played around with different contrasts and stuff, different colors, and this one was the one that worked out best. So people that don't know him will just think it's like a funny color or one of those things where the psychologist holds up a card and says, "What is this?" and everybody says it's an elephant or whatever, But anyway, so that's what that is. So our favorite gaming moment, sort of, is always having Phil there to game with us. So.
The rest of it's all NVIDIA themed, We went with the green cables and the white, and the NVIDIA logo and stuff to, tie it all together. So.
Well, I don't think I can add anything to that.
So do you want to know as far as what we did? Like, do we need to explain everything that we did?
It probably wouldn't hurt to at least give them some idea, because I think for the judges looking at this, they might not even know that this wasn't an ATX case to begin with.
So now that you kind of know what it was, I guess, if you've ever seen one before, maybe you can recognize it now. But we basically changed almost all the sheet metal in the whole case. We filled a lot of holes that were there, a lot of vent holes, had a lot of body work. I mean, this was probably a week's worth of body work. And so we really had to hustle. And we had a couple challenges like you made sure everybody in the world knew about several times. But so we got those panned out and got it all fixed. And so we made some changes so that the side door would open on its own, because normally you have to pop this down to get that open, but we have to make it a little bit more user-friendly and things like that. So, and then we wanted to show what Rod and I always call the good side of the GPUs. So we wanted to flip it over, and so we changed the back panel completely, mounted the motherboard tray where we felt it would show the best, and then basically made custom mounts for every single thing in here and smoothed everything out. So the back wall, the bottom wall, the top wall, the front wall, everything is all smoothed out. There's not a lot of ribs and that kind of stuff. So just a ton of sheet metal work. And then we put all the GeForce Garage logos and stuff like that on there just to, make it kind of sporty. So.
Anything to add?
No, I think that's it. We made the fan mounts for the front. The panels in the back, I think that's what really kind of dresses the case up. I mean, with a little bit more time with cable management, this case I think could really look nice, because there's no grommets, there's no ridges. It's totally smooth. And then we move the whole tray forward to bring the GPUs right up to the window and make the motherboard kind of float. And then we did the same with the power supply to kind of match.
Can you close the window just so that the judges can appreciate that? There we go.
It's a little closer than a normal GPU. So
I mean, if I had one thing, I guess, that I could add to this, if I had to name the project and I didn't let them name it, it would be Project Elbow Grease, because everything they did by hand. This was a labor of absolute love, and that was very apparent throughout the entire process.
I have to rip them out.
All right, so here we go. Who wants to be team spokesman here?
All right, we're Team Pink.
We'll take it 50-50.
All right. Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna have to give him all the credit for the pink. Just to let you know, at the last couple of seconds, he was all about pink, 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 more pink.
Yeah, well, Husky StarCraft says pink is for winners, so this is a shout out for Husky.
All right, so walk us through the process. Walk us through what you guys did to really make this fit into the theme of favorite gaming moments, and give us some of the rationale behind the decisions you made here, and what you think really makes this stand out against the competition.
Well, Travis and I travel a lot. We work together, doing like the Vanilla Ice project and all these trade shows. So we're always on the road, and we're at home. We do have so many things going with family, other jobs. We have like 10 million jobs. So the only time we can really relax is when we game together, and Titanfall is the game that we choose. And Travis is much better than I am. I'm still kind of a noob, so I'm trying to level up.
Nice. Okay. So can you tell us about this case? You took a very different approach to the case versus the other guys who went with a new case, an old case, and sort of not a case.
Yeah, well, I knew we all, work together, doing different trade shows. We're all from PDX land. So we all know each other's style, and I wanted to have a little bit of a contrast, and so did Travis. And also, since we're really into performance, this is a modification of a hasher rig. Travis being a Bitcoin expert, we thought it'd be kind of a nice way to go. We've done a couple of these builds for different companies. Open airflow is really, really convenient. And it just gives you tons of room, great for water cooling, and many, many, many color options.
Now, speaking of water cooling, this is about as overkill as a water-cooled rig gets. You've got two thick triple 120mm radiators water cooling the CPU. What does that mean for the person who gets this machine?
Yeah, well,
You know what? It means that you can take every single one of your GPUs and you can liquid cool it. And my favorite thing is you'll be able to overclock it, take it to the max. I want to see that CPU running near 5 gigahertz, and I want to see those GPUs pushing 1300 plus.
All right, so now I see that your Titan, which was an absolute labor of love, there was a lot of trial and error involved in creating that, is not lit up yet. So can you help the judges visualize what the Titan's going to look like once the system reaches the eventual owner who wins it?
So if we had a little bit more time, we have some side-firing fiber optic wires here. They go to the back of the chassis where we have them illuminated with high-intensity LEDs. And basically it goes right into the Titan, and just like he's attached with umbilicals, like he's being built or constructed or being charged, it would illuminate the back panel of the Titan. And then that way it just kind of comes out as a centerpiece of artwork for this particular build, and it kind of comes into play with the way that we did our rigid tubing. We wanted to stack it in layers. In Titanfall, there seems to be a lot of big tubes and things that you can run on in the map, and that's similar to how we kind of constructed the coolant flow.
Now, something I think that'll be hard for the judges to necessarily appreciate unless they know a little bit of the backstory is some of the decals that you guys created, the guns, the Titan maybe to a lesser extent because that one's very obvious how detailed and ornate it is, but the guns, the pilots, sorry, apparently I'm a little bit in the way here. Guns, pilots, and dropships. Can you talk a little bit about the process? How many hours you guys spent in front of your laser cutter in order to make that work? And if you want to talk about it, maybe Richard can give the judges a better view of it here.
Take a look.
Sure, let's just bring the judges in here. We'll just do a quick rearrange here.
So we actually drove the laser cutter down. We drove a laser cutter down from Salem, Oregon, as well as a 3D printer. So we really take this contest seriously. I mean, we love doing using hand tools as well, but there's value in both. So, if you do CNC machining and you do a lot of design, it takes a lot of skill and education and effort to do that, just like it does working with your hands. What we did here is we used some really wild, cool acrylic materials that are layered. So when you raster on it, another color will come up. We did put on the weapons, different ones that are favorites from Titanfall. We put drop ships on the other side. We have different things on there as well. So just different aspects of the game. And we tried to tie that throughout the case. So if you look at the floorboard of the case, we did some rastering in there as well. So we tried to really incorporate it 360 degrees.
And that's all we got.
All right, so here we go. So let's start with George. Sorry. Yeah. All right, George. Let's do you first.
I'll go real quick. So the Black Ops case, I think those guys did a fantastic job on the design of it. They really had a really cohesive theme. I did deduct a little bit of points because it didn't actually post. So that's a little minor niggling. I think that this, by far, my category is presentation. This one, I think, had the best overall presentation. As soon as you walked up to it, it was something different and really, really clean. And then when they went through and explained like each decision they made and all the fab work, I really appreciated that. I liked that one a lot. And then at the end, I really like what these guys did too. They were smart enough to use acrylic so they could mod it quickly for a 24-hour mod contest. That makes a lot of sense. But overall, I had to give my personal vote for the best one to the BS Mods team on this one.
All right, there we go. Yeah, okay, let's keep it rolling. Sorry.
No, I'm in. So, with the Black Ops, again, gigantic gamer, and I had the gaming theme. Who stuck with the theme? And I was loving this but it's such the mod, how you had to pound and work and get all the cranks out and get all the niches out and stuff. And, and I understand, again, with the NVIDIA, and I get it. And then, of course, Titan at the end and the color and the thing. But for me, the one that just kept sticking out, the one that I had to go first, and I didn't want to, I don't like to have to pick. I'm like, they all get 10s, man. They all get 10s, but then everybody want to slap me and get mad at me. So my 10 went right there to the Black Ops because there's a personal history behind it, but the detail in the painting and to see that thing light up, plus my love for, and I can't make it personal, but Call of Duty and Black Ops, to me, that was the one that stood out to the point of, yeah, it had to get that one little half point that I couldn't give the other two.
All right, thank you very much. And final judge.
Yeah, I just want to say that I think all three teams did an amazing job and really deserve a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, I can't give them all 10 out of 10. My judging criteria came down to creativity. And so just going down the line here, with the Black Ops case, I think that, as they said before, it's extremely cohesive. It's a little garish for my taste. I think if I were to actually own a case, it would probably be the white IBM one. But just because of how cohesive it is and how it stuck to its theme, I would have to give the Black Ops case the nod. And just moving down the line, I mean, both of these cases are also amazing. I give them, 9.9 out of 10, if you will. This one's extremely clean. I like what they did with the case modding. They actually spent a lot of time, working with the metals and whatnot. And then the last case is also, it's pretty dang wild. So I got to give props to that as well. But really, all these guys are winners in my book. So.
All right, thank you. So I'm actually not 100% sure who does the declaration of the winner. I'm guessing Romeo. Romeo, you coming up here to do this? You want to hold the mic?
Sure. Just want to say, I'll hold it. All right. Just want to say thanks to all 6 of you guys for a hard 24 hours. It was a great show. It was very close. All 3 scored pretty much within a few point range from each other, but there is only one winner, and the winner is BS Mods.
All right, congratulations, guys. Let's get some reaction from you guys, because I mean, honestly, and I don't want to be down on you guys, but until up to about like 6 hours ago, I didn't think you guys were going to have a system.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. At an hour 10, I went out to see what Bob was up to because I'm sitting here building the system, and we don't have side panels. And I told Bob, I was like, 10 minutes, man. We need 1 hour to get this machine together. And there was like 35 minutes left and still no Bob. And it's like, wow, I don't think we're going to make it.
I was sleeping.
No,
I was painting. I was still painting and still painting. So, no, you know, we just, like we told you before, and for anybody that didn't catch it, you know, we just wanted to really mod, you know, and so we wanted to show everybody that we could take something that they could find in a closet or at a yard sale or just wherever, and, you know, maybe get it for free, and just with a lot of elbow grease and hopefully more than 24 hours, they could build something really awesome, you know. And so, you know, you guys were good about checking in all the time and showing the progress and showing how we were doing things. And so hopefully some people out there saw what we did and, you know, learned something. And maybe now they'll get out there and do it too.
All right, congratulations, you guys. You were absolutely fantastic. So was everyone.
So the winning team gets the exact same identical hardware that's inside each of the rigs. So they're going to take home, each of them, 3 GTX 980s, a triple SLI bridge, and all the other hardware that's in there. Second place, which is Team Mongoose, you guys get to take home the Corsair 380Ts. And for participating, everybody gets to go home with 980s. All right, so thank you, everyone.
Everyone really is a winner when everyone gets a 980, aren't they? All right, so for those of you tuned into the stream right now, I hope you enjoyed the judging and prize presentation here. We are going to be doing some Q&A with all of the modders until about 6 o'clock, and kicking it back to the mainstream here, guys. Remember, you can tune back in here for some more Q&A with these awesome modders.
See you guys in a bit.